Hey everyone, you're tuning in to New Music Muse. I have a guest here today, Sir Please. They're an indie rock band, but before we get on to this interview, go follow them on Instagram and check out their Spotify and check out my Instagram, New Music Muse.
I don't believe in the pain that I'm feeling, 'cause I know love's within the pain that I'm feeling.
Where are you from? And how did you start this band?
Yeah, so we're originally from Agoura Hills, California. So pretty organically, we're all from the same area, and we all just kind of had mutual friends that played in bands and would play local shows and stuff, and kind of all heard of each other, caught wind of each other, and got in a room together eventually. And then it was just kind of magic from there, I guess. I don't know. We all really enjoyed just playing with each other from the get-go.
How would you describe your style of music, and what song is like your favorite that you made and that you would tell people to definitely listen to first?
I don't know. I think our sound, like at the moment, it's kind of like alternative pop. I guess if I were to have people listen to one song, it'd be Different, which was the first single off our most recent project.
Take me home. There's nowhere I'd rather be than on our own. Is this what real love feels like? The way your morning light illuminates the night. She says I'm different, but she knows the world I'm living in. And darling, it needs your healing. I couldn't help but feel it.
When did you start this band?
We've been a band for, I think, 5 years, 2016.
It was 2016, that's right.
Can you like talk about the meaning of some of your songs?
I mean, they're all kind of about something a little bit different. I guess Heartbreak Hill is a little self-explanatory, but it's kind of about like finding going through a breakup and then being able to find the beauty in like independence, and also just like the growth that, you know, any relationship can offer you. If I Run is kind of about the same thing, but kind of digs deeper into like the growth aspect and is more like internal. It's less about like a relationship, more about like your relationship with yourself, I guess. Different is pretty much a love song. Dance With Me also, we kind of just wanted to like encapsulate, I don't know, just like kind of a good flirty time.
Why don't you dance with me? Don't tell me that it's love, I know it's got to be. 'Cause when we're on the floor, it's only you and me.
$12 Bottles is about just kind of enjoying like the simple things and recognizing that a lot of life is more about who you're with rather than like what you're doing.
Life will be what you make of it. It's alright to let go of the way you know. Let go to get happy. Listen with the lovers feeling.
Touching upon like your sound and your style, like what are some artists that like really inspire your sound and your style that you put into your music?
There's been a lot over the years.
We've gone through a couple phases.
Yeah, we've gone through a couple phases, but there's about like a handful of bands that all four of us just absolutely love. Tame Impala is the big one. A band called Parcels, they're like an Australian funk band. The Beatles are big. 1975, Michael Jackson.
Those are all really amazing artists, and they kind of like each have a distinct sound. So I think that's really cool that you kind of like blend all those kind of inspirations into your music. Do you guys have like a dream venue that you want to play at?
Stereotypical one is Coachella. Like it'd be cool to play Coachella. Coachella main stage. Let's say Coachella main stage. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I should play the main stage. I just fucking headlined. Oh yeah, I'll play some upright. You need some strings? I got
Yeah.
you guys.
Need a tambourine.
I can do a tambourine.
What was a moment that you realized like music was something that you wanted to pursue and you were extremely like passionate about?
At this point, I was already in school for music, so I knew I wanted to pursue it already. But it was kind of the time that I fell in love with performing live, which is something that up until this point always used to terrify me. I'm just a tense guy in general, so on stage I would just completely like tense up, and and the bandmates would be like, "Yo, you got to move around more." I'm like, "I'm trying." Um, but there was a moment, my sophomore year of college. I'm a senior now. Josh and I are both seniors in college, but sophomore year of college, I was in a performance class, and at the end of they put us into bands and assigned us songs, and our song was Purple Rain, and I sang and played guitar, and it was just like a pretty electric performance, I guess, according to my professor, and it just felt really good. And I watched the video back, and I realized like I don't look as tense as I normally do, and for some reason, I don't know why, that like made me not feel worried to perform anymore. It just gave me like a sense of confidence, and I knew that was kind of the moment where I was like, okay, yeah, like this is definitely what I'm trying to do.
You kind of felt rejuvenated from that, and Purple Rain is like crazy song to perform. So props to you for that. How did you come up with the name Sir Please? Like what's the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, well, basically, it started off as just like a catchphrase that we would use for like anything. Like I honestly can't even give you an example of how it would be used because like there's really no meaning to it at all. It's actually funny. We were sitting around the table, thinking of a new band name because at the time our band name was Vitals, which is just absolutely it pains me to even repeat that. Uh,
I think we had a show coming up too, and we like needed a name.
we were sitting around the table thinking of band names, and my mom just like came in the room and was hanging out, and one of us said like the catchphrase, just not even as a potential band name. Like somebody said something, and then they said "Sir, please," and my mom was like, "How about that?"
Always count on your mom, to give you a good idea when you need it. What do you think makes your music unique, and like why should people listen to Sir Please?
For me personally, what it is like the collaboration of the four of us. It's a very like even peeled collaboration where like nobody holds any sort of authority over each other, so we all really do kind of get the opportunity to like run with all of our ideas, and we all like put effort into each other's visions for what songs can be and stuff like that. So I think it just comes from that. I think it just comes from like all four of us kind of pulling from slightly different inspirations, but all kind of giving into the same thing. Kind of just creates something like a melting pot of different personalities in a way. And yeah, I guess that's kind of what makes it unique. Why should people listen? I mean, I guess if they should listen if they want to.
How you like kind of have all your bandmates playing a specific role and really contributing to making the best music that you can.
The roles that we do just naturally fall into. It's not like we sat down one day and we're like, okay, like we're assigning, like it's like Josh is writes great lyrics and he writes great songs, and Josh writes more songs than anyone else in the band. Michael is the same. Michael's our guitar player. Sorry, Michael's the same way. Great songwriter. I love music theory and arranging and composing and stuff like that. So I'll help out with songwriting, but most of what I do with the group is on the composition side. And Dave,
You produce a lot too.
and David. I mean, everyone's got to have a bus driver,
Who would you consider your like contemporaries that like you would say like, oh, if you like this band or you like this artist, you should check out my music?
I think the 1975.
Smaller bands, I'd say like Wallows, bands like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Beach Pit, those kind of indie bands.
Do you guys have any like specific lyrics that you've written that like you feel like really speak to your own existence?
I think the lyric, it's kind of like the tagline at the end of $12 bottles, but it just says, let go of the way you know. It's kind of dense, but it kind of means just like try, I don't know, try not to see things in the way that you've always seen them. Like try to be open-minded.
The lyric right before it is, it's all right to let go the way you know, because that can be kind of a scary thing in the process of growth.
Yeah.
You know, moving out was
So
scary.
especially getting older, it's
Yeah.
I think it's like pretty simplistic, but also like very meaningful. And I think those are like one of the greatest types of lyrics because people think like, oh, I need to throw in like a metaphor, I need to throw in like similes, whatever, idioms, I don't know, whatever you prefer. And it's like sometimes like the simplest statements can be said way that will make people actually interpret what you said like in a deeper way. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to New Music Muse. This is Sir Please. Go check out their music on all streaming platforms and their Instagram. And thank you for watching and listening.